Hey folks, and welcome to episode 30 of our Let's Play series. Small project in mind. I had been doing a little bit of Botania work and realised I kind of want to just automate my my Pure Daisy production, and it's a little tricky with what I have at the moment. I tried a little thing between sessions. It didn't really work, but I've been thinking about it and I know exactly how to make it work. We're using the refined storage system, and I'm going to be able to get 8 things around it. At the moment I'm currently only using 1, but in order to show you what I'm currently doing, down here we've just got a crafter, putting into a block placer, placing it down, destructor with that will only harvest living rock and living wood, pulling out and sending it back in. We can do better than this, and it's going to be a case of having a sub network and a just separated out from everything. So we're going to need 8 constructors, which we're cooking up at the moment. We're going to need 7 more destructors, which we'll cook up at the same time. We're going to need a chest, some flux ducts, I think the 4 will be fine, and a new controller. Which advanced processor. So the strategy is going to be putting the controller and the constructors down underground. We're also going to need a importer, I think. Yeah, it'll need to be an importer. Just going to need another improved crafter, which could confuse this. But we'll see. I think it'll be fine. Should probably teach it how to make importers and exporters. Wouldn't be bad. Oh, destruction as well. Should have got that going. Finishes its noise. Okay. Right. I'm going to need 1 living wood, 1 living rock, and we're going to need a crescent hammer out from there, and I think that's everything we're going to need. We've got a lot of wireless things, so we can always pull from anywhere if needs be. Right, so get rid of the block placer. We're not going to need that. Dig that up for the moment, and just dig this area up because we're going to be digging around underground for a fair bit. Don't think I'm going to be able to have that quite as close in quite the same way, but we'll work it out in a moment. So this is going to need to output into a chest is the first part. That chest will then need to be importing into our system. Don't know, yeah, that's backfill this area and place our daisy down. Constructors will need to go around it, and they will need to face up. Nice and simple. Now we will need our controller, which will need energy. Which does that, activates all our constructors. We're going to need the chest, which we'll put on here, and we'll rotate that to there. So this has already got the patterns in, so it knows oak wood and stone become living rock. So that's into there. We need to put the importer onto the underside, and then hook that up with cables to that. Right, and then backfill that hole. Okay, so that's could actually make this tighter by bringing that over. Essentially, just get rid of the need for the cables. Let's do that. So the controller goes down there, like so. Constructors along here. And crescent hammer those the right way up. Then dirt into the middle with the pure daisy. Right, now let's just place some wood down. And now we place our destructors on the top. We're not hooking these up just yet because we need to teach them first. 'Cause otherwise they would just break every block that gets put onto them. We don't want that. We want it to only break living rock and living wood. And we want to use whitelist mode. So it only breaks these two. We could use blacklist and tell it no, never do it for stone or wood, but we have these two items in our inventory, and these are the only things that we're actually going to be looking for anyway. So this way, if we change our recipe to also include like acacia or birch at any point for whatever reason, it knows. So I think that's all of them now taught. Looks to be. So now we just hook up like so. So if we now pull our wireless crafting grid out, it is a slow process. That's the only issue with this. So if we tell it to make 8 of that, you're not importing into the system. Okay. Why not? Do we need to turn you into an external storage, maybe? Oh, because you're just depositing into there. This doesn't know to put it into these. Okay. Alright, yep. So in that case, we're going to need to half and half this. So at this point, you should always be placing oak wood down. There's oak wood in here. Why are you not doing it? Right. Problem solving time. You should be just pulling items in and just put them down. No redstone, type items, whitelist, pull those things. Should be doing it. These. No redstone, should be doing it. Okay, give me a second, I'm going to need to troubleshoot this. And we're back. I have no idea why the importer wasn't working, but putting an external storage on it does now make them work. I've tried just taking the part off there just to see if that'll work with everything. It does not. So the best I'm going to do is 4 at a time on this. I could always bring another daisy down with more constructor and destructor pads just queued out. Same operation aspect, so like one was just used for oak wood and one was just used for stone, but 4 at a time still reasonable. So I'll just queue that up while I'm away from base, so it just does like a stack at a time of that. Easy enough done. Yeah, a little bit annoying that didn't quite work the way I wanted it to, but it is now at least working. Yeah, sorry, just had to pause momentarily there. Just felt a huge sneeze coming on. I wasn't going to deafen you all with that. Right, so that's that now up and running. The airship is fully upgraded. Hasn't got all of the different mods in it yet. That's the next step. But you can only have one mod active at any given time anyway. So it's just a case of getting the important ones in place. So I've had a scout of the area down here. Honestly, it's quite a small ocean, and there's a little bit here that I haven't looked at, but it doesn't look like there is any underwater temple at all, which is kind of annoying, but not unheard of. So I need to find another ocean to explore. I'm thinking I'll just head east from here. I had tried to make a ender chest so that I could just keep my ender pouch on me and have the base produce any resources I need to keep stored in here, to keep like a constant stack of the airship fuel and torches and things like that in it. And I can't for the life of me get integrated dynamics to read from an inventory and tell refined storage to craft the various parts. I am a really terrible programmer, as in I just don't understand it at all, and it's just not working. I've tried to read guides on how to do it. I've tried to watch tutorials on how to do it, and it just makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. So I think I'm just going to give up on using integrated dynamics going forwards. It's just not something that I mesh with, which is a shame and an annoyance, but at the end of the day, know your limitations. That's mine. So I'm going to end this one on a bit of a shorter video, I think. I say there's not much I can show off at this stage. I'm going to need to craft a fair bit more to move on to the next stage of Botania, which I want to show you guys, which is the altar for making terra steel. I'm still fashioning up the mana pool. Got a splitter down here with 3 mana pools, and I'm just gradually filling them up. I'm probably going to need more than that, but it will be enough to get started, and once we've got access to the Elven Gateway, then we will be swimming with the ability to move mana around all over the place. And I'm a ways away from being able to make the item that I want to in order to generate mana a lot more efficiently and a lot more quickly. So we'll leave that there. We've managed to get living wood and living rock now on the automated part. So we will keep that being made in large quantities. Let's just pull up 2 stacks of each of those, and that's going to be more than enough to be going on with. Well, thank you very much for joining me. Sorry for the slightly shorter episode, and I will see you next time when we've hopefully got some new to explore.